on Ascent, but they're still going to be feeling comfortable with it. We know what Garns can do on the Jet, and given that we are going to the Jet stopping ground, it makes sense that
let's at least see what he can do on the Jet. Sub comes in, Jet's getting played. It does look like meta competence, meta comp, I'm pretty sure.
We've actually played with you as Raze on this map. I remember that. I see here that Talon is using the same.
Yeah, I think they might actually be the last team remaining that are doing the 6-person roster. We'll see with some of the other teams. DRX, yeah, we'll see. Not too confident with what's been going on. That they'll be keeping with it, but yeah, I agree with you.
That default lineup, but still, it's Patafan on the controller.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to point out. Patty, it seems like this is not just a fracture.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see with this season. We'll see. GE, yeah, GE still be doing it, I imagine. GE maybe we're doing it the best out of what I saw, to be honest with you.
Find out if this is it. Is this the end of the road for DFM? If they do not win this map,
I know wrong skis. I know wrong skis done.
That's it.
AZ, AZ6, thank you so much. We've got 5 gifted from AZ6, a lot of gifters today as well. Thank you so much for this, thank you for that. We've got AZ6 with the 5 gifted, chatting know what to do, because some slug approves him before this game starts. We got Umeni, Mesoni Hansen, Harry Kintama, Huma P, and Hyde Man's R's. AZ9, no, AZ6, bro, sorry. That's my bad, AZ6, thank you so much for the gifted. That's 15 altogether as well. Multiple 6s. How many 6s are there? 7? 7 6s. AZ6, thank you so much for that. Mate, appreciate all the support. That's a lot of gifted recently as well. Like, I appreciate you, dude. They've all been in the space of like a week, man. So yeah, thank you so much for that. Okay, we've got DFM on defense, Talon on attack.
I'm just curious now with Soldom switching in. You know, he's quite good. Look, mechanically, nobody doubts Soldom for a single moment.
I like to know what their system structure is, having 6 players.
But the question for me always with Soldom is
they just, yeah, pretty much that, Lewis, pretty much that. It can be pretty hard.
Aren't really able to keep up with him, so
I haven't seen it work great yet. I'll put that out there, and I'm not sure I will, but I would love to. But
all right, well, for now it is Talon on the attack, and we should note that Crew's actually picking up a frenzy as well. So looking to just cause some close quarters chaos as soon as they are able to execute, but the one-way over by A main will keep them
straight up early drone to get through the one-way, looking for a split over towards short. They work. They see them over towards here, and it looks like the backup plan is no, to go back. At the moment as well, we have turret contact, and then in theory it's going to be a flash swing. We actually just have the guns out, so maybe it's like get the first kill, this guy swings wide, this guy then flashes, or they're waiting for this smoke.
They're staying in the smoke, so
double
DFM
in the
has
smoke.
no intention of letting them enter the site at all. But Talon also just wanting to figure something out because they saw the Jet in mid. Now the 0 point.
Oh, that knife is great. 2 people, and they hit the entry in terms of the Jet. That delay stuff.
From Garnet's Jet.
Yeah, and with the Sova and the Jet
with that, everyone's kind of shifting over a little bit. We even have the Sova. I wonder if the Sova has a cross-map recon for this. Don't know if it's going to come up in time. Okay, here we go. 3 people here.
Just has to be a dash in, and now the counter 0 point, and Cruz just gets the vision from his teammate immediately. But Taka J not dealt with at all. It suggests H actually
3 from default. No way. 3 and then replied with 3. Oh my.
Under his own name now.
Perfect shock though. Oh!
Double shock dart
really? Default shock and jump up shock?
As they get the first round. No shot, he gets 2. The one
that's insane. I've never seen that. Not like that.
Oh,
not in that fashion.
Beautiful stuff from Anthem. He's just picking up right where he left off.
Yeah, I was just about to note. Sure, it's a 2v1, but the health clearly in favor of Anthem. And meanwhile, the shock darts were already en route. Now, Patafan just holding great angles to isolate these fights, but that one was launched way ahead. And Anthem just doing his due diligence, right, to clear that angle before he's able to peek out. And he guesses correctly.
That was sick. Okay, they win their first pistol. They win their first pistol. 1-2 in terms of pistols, obviously 1-0 for this one.
And that's a huge pistol round win.
Talon just straight up a hit on this one. A little bit. Spacing's not great on this.
So DFM here holding firm on an attempted kind of pacier hit on the side of Talon onto A.
Yeah, and the smoke comes back up. There's no way to enter now. You already saw the crossfire from the Bulldogs. There's a nanoswarm waiting at the door as well, should they try to go for another entrance too short. And quite frankly, it's not looking like there's another option. Sure, it is your eco, right? And it's the anti-eco here for DFM. They do have 4 Bulldogs, a Vandal, and a Guardian, we should note, now that we have the opportunity. So if they're able to get this flawless, they will have a lot of firepower to go into the next round.
Yeah, exactly. So this is very good stuff for DFM to start. You know, on the defender side of Ascent as well, you really want to put your foot down, just to limit the amount of damage that Talon can do. And Patty Pan here with the Sheriff. Well, saw TAKAJ jump peeking there.
It's a little ahead. Nothing else to do on this one. Let's see. I'm not expecting much from these classics.
A little bit of bait here for Jip Boys and Fox to see if they can get in towards the site. Yeah,
20 seconds though, they want to die into this.
Yeah,
with that they just send it out. Let us smoke to try and get him some space, but
is well aware, and now just not giving the time of day here over to Jit Boys, and
nice
the
setup.
Will clean that up.
Okay.
Right into the crosshairs of Reda, and now it's a flawless for
I'm interested
DFM,
to see if
and
this armor will get rebought. Anthem's rebuying armor.
Exactly. So this is really good stuff for DFM, able to recover from a really back and
First
forth
big buy,
pistol round,
and the bonus is
looks
looking
like
great.
might be a good entry for
Bonus is
Talon,
looking really good with how they bought up here.
And then it's a 3K
So yeah, no one has to really buy too much on this.
Finish. To really light a fire underneath DFM here. Come through with some solid defense, not really falling for any of the attempted trickery by Talon. So far here, a couple attempts with the double pump on the A hit on the pistol round, and here on this
We're not
round,
going to dash though, right?
Pat trying to buy some attention for the B hit.
Flash goes in, recon at the back, and then deep smoke to try and get a kill with the recon. We dash past the molly.
But Pattyfan, meanwhile, gets a kill over in mid. Soldan will be able to back off, and I gotta say, I mean, sure it's a bonus, but you guys
I wonder
have
what
such
the
good
actual.
firepower. It seems like such a risk
I wonder
for
what it was
DFM
actually
to
going
go
to
for
look
something
like
this
once
when
the
it's not
molly
just
wasn't
Spectres
here. I
and,
felt like the
pistols
molly
to work
fully
with.
kind of stopped this a little
They
bit.
will not be able to get a kill, and
But
meanwhile,
yeah.
mid control absolutely
Did like to go
over.
aggro on
TAKAJ
this one, why
finds the
not? That's a
timing
nice reply.
Just equalize, but the main force is already well on their way into A site. Garnett's even taking over Garden here. He's already jumped out to heaven, and
The timing, that's
big
wow.
timing.
Hey, nice
Soldan's
shot
still
though. I mean,
aware of
that
the potential to
actually
jump
gives
up.
them a chance into it.
Soldan doing a
Dude, they're
great job
very
there.
aggressive.
Finding
Like they're
that kill.
crazy aggressive.
You can see they're trying to get set up. TAKAJ thought about a lurk, but instead is going to try to come through short here. Still a little bit of utility. Those shock darts still in the back pocket for Anthem. Recon going to come out dealt with. No, not dealt with, but nobody's inside of it.
Yeah, and we do see Pattyfan just use the Omen ultimate just to try to cause more confusion and also not get caught out. They do have the smoke ready to go. They do have the pink, but it's not quite on the spike just yet. It's already more than half done, and they do have to turn around, but they still
That's
cannot find their
insane.
targets under the double
The smoke to counter their one-way smoke, and he was sticking it the whole time. I have no idea how none of those bullets didn't finish him off. He was on 19 HP at the end here. And
I mean,
holy hell, that's one way to win the bonus.
All that spam and
That was
TAKAJ just plants his feet,
insane.
never lets go.
Dude, his
They're
POV
able
must
to
have
buy
looked
just enough
wild.
time.
There was actually a good amount of bullets getting sprayed as well, to be
Soldan
fair.
able to grab an orb at the beginning there as well. I saw him sneak through after he tried to go for that dash, and I thought,
I say
oh,
look
here he
wild,
goes.
it's just a straight up blue screen because he's literally in the one-way.
Now TAKAJ just super excited. I mean, he didn't have a choice there, right? He just had to stick it anyway, but he doesn't
Okay,
hear the
nicely
footsteps
done.
approach, so he says, well, I probably have a
Nicely
chance.
done on this. Okay, where's the money at? They managed to squeeze out another buy. This is a big round for Talon. I mean, it's actually a big round for everyone, even though they do win this one out. They forced down into it, they lost a lot of people. And that's a strong hold over towards A main. Damn, this team. This team got better, for sure.
Not finding any options.
And this is the DFM I like to see when they play off of Soldan like that, where they're able to kind of set up, again, what are these trap plays that are
Yeah,
really,
it's a strong,
effective. You get TAKAJ
a strong
into
hold
line,
here.
Soldan there, able
Man,
to
Talon
kind
gonna
of
have to
bait
time out
switch.
here,
TAKAJ
and
gets
it's gonna be a
those big bumps
timeout
with the shock
into
dart,
an
even gonna
eco.
clip a little bit of damage into Jip Boys here. So again, DFM, when they're dialed in, when they're kind of all on the same page, things look really pretty good. It's just, can they keep that momentum going throughout an entire map? Is their playbook deep enough, Will, to get them through this map and force it map 3?
Oh, and the drone right under the 1 minute 50-second mark, 1 minute or 50-second mark, gets them the information that there are still members in B. The
Looking for a B hit. Honestly,
and now we saw in the
there's still a chance into this one. There's 2 over towards B. It's all about this recon, and at the moment he's just saving it for when they decide to come out. It's going to be the one where they have to 180, and it can be a bit of a nightmare on this, especially if the time gets any lower than it is already. That doesn't hit. Recon, you're looking for about up here. There it is. Buys a little bit of time. Let's see, 10 seconds. Omen TP's perfect.
Here at backside and a crossfire already set up a 1-for-1 trade. But Cruz, can he get the double off of the power flash? No, he's actually just
gonna stick it.
Trying to hide the noise under the flash.
Nicely done. And yes, shout out to Take J here. Honestly, just this Omen ult at like the 15-second mark when they're 100% committed, just to kind of confirm the win of this round. And yeah, I think maybe Talon needs to do a timeout.
Noted it. We saw it on the camera. He was looking at it.
I don't think they can buy into this, right? Dude, are they gonna...
Because that alarm bot radius is actually pretty small. So he's able to sneak around it into the spawn. And you saw him come through here towards the stairs at the end and find one. Maybe if Cruz had just kind of fought that a little bit harder, who knows? But at the end of the day, it was still going to be tough with that TP into the back for DFM to reinforce that B site. So a good little backup plan. I was kind of curious because DFM, like you said, was running out of time.
Okay, goes for a low buy. The low buy's pretty good.
Know where Talon's at. And they weren't shifting any of their weight.
Ready for an Omen flash with that, it feels like. Yeah, they were ready for them to disrespect the smoke with some kind of util. And then if they made maybe a KO flash or whatever, they were going to Omen flash and double swing this. Now go back into this anyway. We have the turret watching, and they're going to the original setup they had on the pistol.
Outside of B main, DFM.
B at the moment is definitely open. I kind of like the switch up from DFM. They heavy had 3 people, kind of 2 people playing passive, 3 people with the Omen, and this time they feel like they've punished over towards B, and it's most likely going to be an A. So it's nice from both teams at the moment.
Yeah, and they got to keep this backline safe. Fox has his ult. If he can stay alive, there's so many guns back there, and Soldom's going to take him down.
Might not expect this second guy close. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay, nicely done from Patty. Just didn't expect him so close. I've never really seen 2 people, once they've taken the site, instantly go and duel this. And the timing wasn't like a double swing, it was like a little bit later. 11 HP, insta-luck as well on top of it.
Finds TakeJ right away, and it's only Anthem left. I mean, sure, you can buy back up next round, so you do what you can, but it's not
Patty
enough.
Is so aggressive. I'm not sure how I feel about him on smokes. He's very aggro.
It's looking a little worrisome.
I mean, it can be a little streaky between these 2 teams, I suppose. So let's see if now Talon's able to find a few here.
I mean, this was just a nice reaction from seeing no one in sight to double swing, to be honest. To double play B main. It was the main thing that called him off. It was a good reaction.
And then able to find that lurk as well. I don't mind this attempted flank from the side of DFM. It's just got to be a little bit cleaner. That's really all there is to it. I like the idea. The execution just wasn't quite there, and now Soldom gonna get caught with the blade.
Tried to just beat this knife, didn't. So knife hits 2. They know there's 2 over towards somewhere. Somewhere in this area. With that info, the smoke off over towards Shorks. They know the knives are here, but they kind of still have to worry about above it. Interesting that DFM used to smoke towards here as well, so there's a big question mark in middle at the moment for Talon. So they kind of have to clear middle. Should be very scared of all of this.
Willing to just let Talon take that over. It seems like DFM, they want to feel confident in their retakes onto B, and then be able to just kind of swarm them from all sides going into this B site.
To DFM, they are so confident all the time that they're going to go A. Big game plan of wanting to shut down A heavy and maybe feeling confident with their B retake. Or it's either they're feeling confident in their B retake or they feel like they shut them down so heavy on that other round that they didn't want to get here. They kind of went B the last round, so there's that.
You know, look, Soldom's really good with these blade storms. So
but let's see how their retake is. 3-person behind. They've been talking about this a lot as well. And once they get over towards B, whoa, that Omen flash was great for this. Look at this movement. That was sick. Yeah, he kind of just needs to. Sure. With this though, they actually have a pretty good crossfire. They managed to kill the guys over towards spawn. Oh my god. Dude, everyone is so wild when I watch them at the moment. Big 1v2. Like, actually a big 1v2.
DFM a little bit weak, and they do not spot it right
nicely
away.
handles,
Cruz
good
just
positioning
holds
from
the
him, nicely done from
spray,
Cruz.
and will be able to get
That
the
forces
1v2 clutch for Talon.
DFM down to Eco,
Big
so that
hold
was
there from
massive in
Cruz,
terms of
and
the
DFM
swing
just
of it.
not able to identify his position quick enough, kind of checking all the other angles except for the one behind the box. A little too late there, so nice positioning.
Soldum was a little bit
DFM
crazy here because he had low HP. He just wanted to find out where they
totally
were
agree with this
and
timeout.
try and
Like,
catch him off, I
again,
imagine.
the
And
more
then
rounds
Patty
you put together
was
on the
wild
defender
as
side,
well.
the more comfortable you're going to be, but this is a
It
brilliant
was a good
TP
luck from
pass.
him,
We've seen
though.
a couple of these where he's willing to use these right away, right? Like, we saw it early. He built one up just to cause confusion, just to kind of create that change in the map. You can't really tell what's going on necessarily. This time around, he just hits the flank. So
the instant diffuser, just wanted to instantly get it half. It's not too bad. I imagine it might. I'm not saying it's gonna be super meta in Pacific, but I know that DRX are probably the team that I see the most that instantly go stick half of the spike. So maybe they wanted to
especially for
adopt something
the way
like
he's
that.
using it, right? Like you mentioned, using it early, because at the very least, it will buy you more time, because they will have to check. They'll always have to at least be aware of it, maybe put that pressure in. If you can get the extra kill, then that's a cherry on top. And of course, this time around, it does lead to that kill as we are awaiting this early timeout from DFM. You mentioned it, Paper.
You're on your way to prove the Plat Chat Pick'em's wrong? Dude, I hope so. I'm in for it, man. Trust me.
You have a great Jet and Soldum, but attack and Ascent is never something you want to have to rely on to try to overtake this map too. DFM 1 map away from elimination here in the LCQ. Pacific 1 map away from ending their entire VCT 2023 season.
Okay. Low by, like we said, Eco, the sniper is getting them every single time, and they don't expect him to walk through middle. The hero gun, anything extra on this? Garnet did great to get 2, but look at that. Whoa, he predicted the passing on short, wanting to swing with it. Damn, it's a big 1v3 right now.
Clicking on hands as you wish to do with
Anthem
Valorant.
pushes close, is a gun to his left. Does pick it up. Timing on this is wild.
Anthem's, his barrel has been shown, and Fox is just going to wait.
70 HP though. Oh, okay. I mean, nicely done. The prediction for the guy over towards short was great. What a nice attempt from DFM here. Little bit unlucky that he saw him at the end. Not gonna lie to you.
I thought was maybe being set up in the previous round.
But obviously, good timing from Fox's.
But the problem is, this is set up so nicely. 2 huge kills to spot as well to make it a little easier on that second one for Soldum.
Shout out to the recon to the back wall as well. The recon really enabled the second kill on this.
But it's just a better reaction from Talon. I mean, their mechanics look so good today. They look really crisp. And sometimes,
that second kill through the smoke was everything. We knew they were just going to be doing a crunch over towards middle. Also, he knew where the Sova kind of was from the ult that came off earlier. It was a great eco no matter what, but doesn't help their own economy, only kind of wrecks the other team's economy. So in terms of this, big buy rounds, but they got so many ults that it's just a big round. It's just a big important round, this one. Is Talon getting 4 or kind of just wreck all of this? Would wreck the good start, really.
Got a couple crucial ultimates, and now Soldum trying to get set up for a push out, but Cruz just wait patiently.
It's a nice flash as well to enable the trade, though.
Trade from Takajay, but he has to use his own paranoia just to escape and rejoin Suggest. Suggest going to use the null command to make sure that the entry does not happen before backup arrives.
Yeah, exactly. This is a really smart null command from
Pops the ult as well.
Otherwise, this was probably going to be a full-on execute from Talon.
Not too bad. We are close on middle, and we're going to hear a lot of sound. And he can also go fast behind towards short if they go short, but they look like they go middle. Oh boy, did they even check this?
Oh, and he waits patiently. The trigger discipline, and what a flick! On that Phantom, he still wants another kill. He knows exactly where the remaining members are.
He's got his team here to help.
As well.
Nice, really nicely played.
Crazy 1v2s, maybe a 1v3, but 1v4 with 12 seconds left, there is no hope. He's just trying to get whatever one kill he can. Just pings him so that he can get the kill.
And DFM have been working on a lot. Their reactions to stuff that's going on the map.
What you could possibly do,
pretty
I'll
cool.
give him the credit.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, That was a
and yeah, big buy round. Big buy round in terms of their money, so they can buy into the next one. Is very important that they won this one. So yeah, big round. Still have Killjoy as well. Timeout.
Don't like what they're seeing. Got to be careful of those early push-outs from Soldom. That's 2 rounds in a row now. We've seen that they want to go for that. They hadn't noted this position from Reda from the
honestly,
2 rounds as well. So
I'm pretty confident this timeout is either going to be talking about the fact that B is super weak and they won a lot over towards B, or the fact that they need to take mid default early, because they're kind of getting wrecked over towards middle. So I feel like they're just going to do their heavy mid default on attack here. It would make the most sense of what I've seen. Also, I don't know what ults they have planned with this, like what rounds they have planned with this ult, but maybe they have a round that they could just do with this if they wanted to keep it simple.
But you have to be aware that this DFM is a lot more drilled. They're a lot more prepared than they were in the beginning half of the year.
And we're seeing good protocols, good responses from the side.
Money's low after this one, so the timeout itself makes a lot of sense.
Saves that round. Maybe doesn't allow Talon to get in there.
There he is, 6th man. Sushi boys.
You know, the desk was talking about all the boys on Talon, and quite frankly, you could just have Boy, Jit, and Sushi, and you would have a 5-man team.
Yeah, Boy in the coach slot. I think that's the new one, right?
Starting roster of Talon.
Then we need like a picture of the TV show.
Not sure that was happening in the season.
Their faces photoshopped on. That'd be good. I like that.
Well, DFM
right, what are we doing? I thought we were going to see some mid-control, or at least something over towards B.
We talked about what they need to adjust here. They need to be aware of these potential setups, the push-outs, the lurks coming out from Reda as well. And this time they're a lot more prepared for it. Look at the position on the minimap over on the A side.
Okay, with that knife, do they want to just drone middle, knowing that...
If need be, they just test the waters on B. They draw out the 0 point. Now, it was thrown from the other side of the map. But they will use this to their advantage and say, okay, we let them know the jet is here. Let's now try to double back over to the other side of the map.
And DFM is probably pretty comfortable with that particular situation, but it is going to be a difference here. They're probably going to show a look with this.
This is interesting. Looks like they're going to fake with the jet.
At least keep the attention over here. But Takajay has his ult, and we've seen that he's willing to shift sides of the map.
Weird round at the moment in terms of the minimap. It's going to be a little bit delayed. They didn't create too much pressure here, to be honest. They created a little bit, but not too much.
Was absolutely the idea, but then the smoke comes out, so it's not like he can show himself that it's the jet. And at that point, just cut audio. Most likely, they haven't stacked 5 anyway.
This guy has his recon set up for the cross map, but as we can see, they're going to do this one here. Kind of need to speed up because they got the Killjoy ult that could stop them, and they could think that this could be over towards site. So I would be a little bit nervous about the Killjoy ult here. Alright, good luck Anthem. That Omen flash was perfect. And he stops that as well. Damn, the fact that this kill came in kind of all snowballed meant that the Omen ult couldn't be stuck, and we do have a Killjoy ult for this. That's why they're holding 2 people over towards here. Obviously Sova has the ult to break this, and he's in a good position where if he wanted to hit it, he could potentially hit people on the line here as well. So planned pretty far ahead here in terms of Talon.
Yeah, right now we do have on the minimap Fox sitting all the way far back with that Hunter's Fury as well. So Talon with an insurance plan. 3 members in the site, 1 in main. And Jim Boys, he tries to swing out to try to catch a glimpse of whoever's dashing.
They have the space. Do they want to do the Killjoy ult? It's going to bait the Sova ult out, so he gets into the good pause. And like I said, he has a good pause where he's going to hit people with the line as well. So it kind of forces them.
This might be exactly what DFM wanted as an opening to try to get in. They will break open the site, but not quite finishing off Cruz
or just do that. Okay, nicely done from Cruz. Honestly, nicely done from Talon. They had a good amount of plan with this. I like this. I like this realization of they know that they're going to put the ult here, and then we just have a guy ulting from here. So again, just like this line is going to hit multiple people. So it's pretty cool. I'll keep the line up just so people can see. Jit Boys did great to get that kill as well. That really helped. I feel like an extra number on site here probably is a different round.
Ultimate. They were
but yeah, this ult for the default. Well, I say the default Killjoy ult, but that's where people are going to do it. That breaks the economy. And Talon are getting back into this. Got some good ults for this one as well.
And then they're ready for it, like just in case there's that flank, because we've seen that a couple times from DFM. So good stuff addressed here. Reta just going to sidestep this.
And yeah, not giving that information. And the shock dart Decent amount of scratch damage as well.
Damn, the swing with the recon, I loved that. And this is the thing, right? So in Liquid, we had a thing where we would call chicken. First person to call chicken is the person that shoots the dart. So when you literally hear chicken, it means that everyone else doesn't have to look at the dart here. No one calls chicken. Everyone's looking at the dart, trying to work out who's going to shoot it, and they catch all 3 people looking at it. So that's why you got to have certain protocols like this.
1v2 Suggest does upgrade to a Vandal. Things are still absolutely possible, especially if Garnett stays this far out.
That's something that they could maybe implement. I also wanted to shout out DFM, like this was a cool idea. Recon goes in, 3 people looking at it, and they all just peek.
They want this round win so desperately, and Garnett is flanking around the far side. Cruz has to stay alive because otherwise Suggest will have.
Mate, Cruz has been a rock at the moment for this team on this map, especially in these afterplants. Cruz is having ridiculous impact at the moment. He's the main guy, honestly.
Still just a better reaction from Garnett, but this is a good start here. I mean, the recon dart there to
who decides to be chicken in the first place? Whoever calls it.
Talon, and it got 2 kills. So
you do normally have people that are set as well. I will say this: you have people that are more likely to shoot it. First person who's taking contact. Like honestly, the way that we would do it a lot is like Scream would just never ever have to shoot a dart because you want his crosshair on the choke point, and then it's between the others who is going to say chicken.
It's going to be a tricky
just so that there's at least always one guy that's just heavy watching it.
In the back of sight, they're going to use that opportunity to grab an orb, grab an ultimate here for Pat as well, as he's got from the shadows available. Let's see how they're going to utilize it. Pat's all the way on the other side
Attack
of the
kill
map
joke
right
goes
now.
down. They got KO as well if they want to put it into this. Dude, they are having so much success over towards B. Speaking of B, we do get a, that's a nice kill. We get a Omen ult to the back of sight here as well. This Omen flash is perfect. They fast retake. Wait, Jitboys, wow, man. No way, I'm so impressed with Jitboys and Patipan. I can't believe they got so many kills from that.
They want to pinch on him. The spike has already been planted. Soldam playing against time, trying to draw them in, and he cannot clear the Nano Swarm. Sure, he has one more shot, but he's starting to run out of time. The clock is ticking half, not quite done.
What an insane round from Patty. Insane round. Dude, this kill that Jitboys got, I don't know how much you saw of him, but he was not through the smoke long. But he also did good. He also did like, it was like a 1-2, and then he hid back, and then Patty just straight up just swung everything.
Into this spot where nobody's ready for him, and he just starts mowing people down.
Look at that confidence.
It's another just brilliant utilization of this ult from Pat. So you might be kind of wondering, like, why isn't he playing duelist? He looks
I mean,
so
look at this comeback.
What
a comeback at the moment. It's kind of crazy, especially on the attack half of this. They even kid the attack off out Patty 17-9. He is straight up just wanting to swing and duel everyone, and he's been winning a lot of them.
Harbor was little sus at times, but look, he's so well prepared here on this Omen today. He's just been brilliant. Despite some really good utility, again, from Anthem, from Taka-J, he had a great paranoia that set up another kill in there. But still, the responses from Talon are just even better.
Now, the early Aloe drone was used, but because it was used a bit far back just to plant Soldam, it cannot actually clear out and catch sight of the turret or some extra members. And with that, Talon's also now going to be quite wary of B main. They realize, okay, the drone definitely cleared B main. If they don't take control of that after that early investment way before the 1 minute mark, surely someone has to be there, because that would be a waste of 400 credits. So Talon now slowly trying to creep in, but no matter how carefully you come in, the judge is equal against everybody. He doesn't want to rush forward.
Like, obviously good reaction. I actually don't think the turret was going to check this. Okay, nice trades. He's just going to go for the res here. Maybe it's a little bit risky, but honestly with them hitting aim makes a lot of sense. Res comes in. They know there's only 3 people here.
Immediately, and Garnett's trying to take control of heaven, but it's Pattyfan with the operator.
Patty's been wild. Did he end this half on 19 kills in the end?
After the first half.
Great patience here from
what a comeback. It was looking really, really good.
With that judge. And then it's like, I love the way that Talon reacts to this. That there's a judge here, like, push the other side of the map. Let's try to catch them off guard a little bit with some of this pressure. You know, they might think we're trying to get a B hit set up, especially with the KO there, with his ult popped as well, right? So just better overall kind of game plans here for Talon come to fruition in the long run. Again, DFM has rounds
19
smart,
to
really
9.
well coordinated.
God damn.
But when things start to get missing, when Talon starts throwing some big curveballs at you, DFM doesn't always seem to have the right answer.
Yeah, and we're taking a look at the Omen players, and both of them are actually playing so well, right? And especially with the utility, including the From the Shadows, which is an ultimate often forgotten, not just in professional matches, but even in your ranked games. And yet, Panifan uses it to perfection, currently leading with a 430 ACS. Me when Talon literally do anything. Oh man, if you're a Talon fan, you feel that one?
You know what? They're doing something today.
Oh, they are.
They're handling an opponent that you expected them to handle, but also it's with this much time in between, you don't know what you're going to get out of either side. You know, who knows? Maybe things weren't prepped the right way or weren't practiced the right way. Well, certainly, Talon here looks like they've done a really good job preparing themselves. I assume Cruz is IGLing. I'm pretty sure after the Superfly video that he is.
Sure,
considering how that video is set up. And he's doing a phenomenal job leading this team, through the back and forth across the map. Some good timeouts from Boy as well to adjust some of what DFM is trying to accomplish in these rounds, to react to some of their setups.
We have an important... Well, honestly, both teams can still win even if they don't win pistol here. So
they don't shift
the score's not out of control yet.
Maybe I'd like to see.
And that's going to have to change when they're on the attacking side here in the second half. They're the ones with the initiative. They need to be the one throwing that curveball every single time, keeping Talon at bay. And they're trying to start things off with a bit of a slower pistol, just drawing out all of the Killjoy utility. They've already taken down one turret and the Nano Swarm as well. Now no utility remaining here for Talon on the side of the Killjoy. Meanwhile, Rada, of course, still got one Nano Swarm for the potential post plant.
Talon, they're trying a little bit of a trap player of their own, where they don't give any contact off that turret.
How are we going to take...
Try to wait
How are we
for the
taking B main here?
to see if they can just bait DFM into sneaking around that corner.
Oh, that's one way to take it. Dude, did it land on
going
it?
to be under pressure here with this friendly potentially shortly.
The turret resets here for Rada. He gets it right back off the cooldown and is able to make sure that we don't see a cheeky peek out from Cruz. He's going to back up, but this angle that he's
30 seconds.
Right behind
Trying to make a lot of sound over towards here. Damn, that shock was nice. They stay strong with the 3-person hold here, though. We're going to Omen flash to help. It's going to Omen flash to help his team now.
To be able to clear this site immediately, and Garnett says no way. 2 headshots, 2 shots, 2 kills.
10 seconds.
The site is locked down. Only 10 seconds left. The spike's still stranded in the middle of it. They cannot pick it up. They cannot plant it. It doesn't matter if they can take down Garnets or Jit Boys because the clock has already ticked all the way down.
This one doesn't have to do anything.
Running for his life and the round.
Fox has got his own back with the shock dots as well, and yeah, they get a pistol each. But in terms of the whole pistols, it's 1-3. So Talon leading heavy with the pistols.
Absolutely beautiful sheriff shots.
And yeah, this is going to be really hard for DFM. Very, very hard.
So they absolutely knew what DFM
nice shots here, though.
That's disgusting. The follow-up just as good. Now, even with these spots, a little bit of a pre-fire there from Garnett gives Anthem the opportunity to find a big Anthem is...
the guy's a pistol god.
Look, DFM's
tried his best on
today
this.
has been not exactly how I'm sure they wanted it to go, but Anthem has been absolutely nuts.
Yeah, Anthem is putting up a strong case for both his own mechanical play and his IGLing, trying to just keep DFM in the game, trying to bring home that elusive first win as this roster in a professional VCT
heavy door
match,
Killjoy setup. Oh, that's
pushed
nice.
Against the wall here in LCQ Pacific.
That's a good start. There's a gun down. Do they want to go?
First kill, rather, here in the second round of the half.
Yeah, they want the Spectre. Everyone's coming over here.
On the second round yet.
That's a good point.
He usually does
Foxes doesn't have his recon for a bit, and there's like a weird decision that he has to make because okay, first of all, I like this push from Talon. They know that most likely they're going for this gun, and instead of reinforcing it, which they kind of do also, they decide to push and get info. With that info, they now kind of know that they're hitting. This is a nice recon. They got a lot of info with that as well. This is a good reposition from him. Oh my god, it could be good for so many.
Eventually, thanks to a number of bullets, he will
Garnet is cleaning up. I don't know how Fox is still alive.
Just going for the no scopes
2 bullets.
Takeja's picked up that Spectre though. Agit Boys takes it right back.
The hell is this round?
Just wants to get a couple extra kills.
Okay, nicely done from Garnet. I think there's some no scopes in here as well. Just the Marshall against no armor kind of things.
Whiffy for Talon. They dropped probably an extra gun because of that, but look, at the end of the day, you're still getting the round win. You're still putting yourself further ahead. As this one goes,
wait, Vans
I love the Marshall.
Vans mentioned me on the cast yesterday. Oh, really?
I mean, sometimes it's a better way to use it.
I definitely missed that. Ishii. What did he say?
It's so disgustingly accurate.
Yes.
Hopefully something nice.
I mean, obviously intended, but sometimes
I know it'd be
start
nice.
to shake your head a little bit, and Garnett's using it to maximum efficiency despite
made a joke about the chances.
shots.
Yeah, get it for
but
me.
that does put them at a much weaker bonus, as you mentioned, Paper Thin.
Okay, knife for knife, info for info. I say info for info. They just got no info, but that is kind of info itself in terms of it didn't hit it. Oh, actually, sorry, it did hit the Omen. So the fact that the knife hit the Omen on attack means that they're scared of this. It's a nice.
Not the worst, but Powdyfan does swing out a bit too
Yeah, it was a nice attempt with this one. Tried to flash with a recon behind, try and fight heavy towards A main with that.
For another. Dodges away.
It's just a low buy, and like it's a real low buy. Like they bought nothing into this. They're even saving extra money to make sure that they can buy an op into this fast round. Yeah, they would love to keep everyone alive here, really. Just one armor rebuy, maybe two at the moment.
Just take 2 hits, walk across. Of course, the Omen also able to shadow step right into the site as well. So DFM, as soon as the buys come in, they're able to start answering back. This is what you want to see, but the question remains. Now, this round, most likely looking like a flawless, but can they continue?
Game's not over. I mean, next round's going to be big. We'll see where the op's going to go.
Always start with the same default. That patience can start to act as a poison against them as Talon starts to get a read.
Yeah, exactly, and that opens up like the map for Talon to do things they like to do, which is start to get aggressive on the flanks, try to push some angles, try to take some space. So you got to be a little bit careful of that as DFM. Absolutely, you know, Talon loves to bait you into a false sense of security and then just kind of hit you, you know, with a flurry of blows when you're least expecting it. Jitboy's, of course, gonna go down to the spike there.
Yeah, just, you know, it says, well, it's a 1v5. It's not like I have a rifle I picked up, so we'll
How many
go down,
people do I think will retire next season? Not too many, not retire. I think a lot of people, because retire is the option, right? They want to get out of there. I don't think most people will retire. There'll be many.
He will be pushing out of B main. It looks like the drone most likely going to be used.
But in terms of getting replaced, there'll be a lot of that.
They will have to deal with that turret if they walk all the way, but they will want
there might be like 2. If I was gonna guess, if you want me to say a number, I reckon if we're not including Wrongski, I reckon there'll be like 2 more maximum across all of the regions.
Shift towards A here. Dash in from Soldom. He gets hit by the paranoia.
I know a few who might.
Spots him
That's what I'm kind of saying
the
too.
Cloudburst is able to expand. The turret notes that another member has walked in through tree and suggests just trying to go for a pop flash. He finds the member, but he can't find the kill just yet, and he dies through the wall.
Farming, by the way, he's absolutely farming. Talon look like they're taking control on this one. The good news for DFM is they won the round previous to this so cleanly that they have a lot of money. The bad news for them is they lost that one so cleanly that the Talon have a lot of money, so they got to win 2 in a row to break the economy.
To back him up there, it's a great paranoia from Pat. Don't get me wrong, he nails the perfect timing, and then suggest even able to get that flash around the corner, can't find the shots, and things just all kind of fall apart one by one across the map for DFM. And
let me copy
this is where things start to get really scary. Talon now.
Thank you for that. I copied it. Appreciate it.
Oh boy, this is so aggressive from Garnett. Oh, he missed.
Oh, that's
right under his wrist. It looked like
there's a chance that goes
right by,
missing. Knife to kind of like cover his back and make sure that no one pushes in with util.
Now they know it's here and they want to try to take it out. They want to try to push it back,
okay.
But it's not going to work out.
He took missing to heart, and shout out to Cruz here. First of all, the one way was good. Second of all, Cruz has his back for this. Very nicely done. I enjoyed the amount of support there was for him there. You know, he missed the first shot. They knifed so they couldn't get like droned on or anything like that. They went aggro, then tries to get out of there, and Cruz is in the off ankle ready to get the kill. No matter what, it's a trade.
On to A, so this might be a good time for DFM to try to make this execute happen. Right onto the Jitboy predicted the TP spot. already had it right on the gen.
That was nice.
And as soon as you're the TP,
tried to TP in, Molly on the plant spot.
He doesn't give a chance for the Nano Swarm to be deleted. Just
Okay, 2v4, they get good timing, and there's some low HPs. The person we need to watch out for is Foxes. Do they expect him to be here this early? Probably good for at least one. And then the other guy's in heaven.
But Anthem, he gets a double again.
Oh, it's the Sova off.
The spray control is good. He's been picked, but Anthem just holds true like
he's
a
sick
turret.
right now. He is keeping them alive. Nicely done from him. Big 1v3.
And bring DFM back up to 7.
Unreal stuff here from Anthem.
Yeah, he's so good. And in terms of it, like, the money, that was a straight up savior. Because that is a lifeline. Like, honestly, if they lost this, they couldn't buy next. And then it's a different round. Now he wins this one. It's a big swing round. It's all to play for. That's huge.
And instead, it's the push from Anthem, who is
Man, Anthem is really, he's really having a good series.
There is no other way to describe that. I mean, they were not ready for that at all.
I think you're absolutely correct. I think they expected, because he was just going for the fake right away. But of course, Anthem was already down on the floor. Now Anthem just trying to clear out Market. But unfortunately for them, because of this one way, they cannot capitalize on that Hunter's Fury. They don't find any targets either. So no
everyone with a circle on Combine
no
next.
Space gained either here for DFM, and they're back to square one.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I should have just done the thing where I circle everyone that can buy next. But you guys get the point.
Potentially, or something like that first to get a little bit more info before you let that Hunter's Fury fly. I don't mind that you're not saving it for Jitboys' ult, which you could potentially get in this round, because we've seen that teams are pretty good at clearing out these lockdowns without the Hunter's Fury if absolutely necessary. So we saw this a lot at Ascension, right, where teams were just throwing those Hunter's Furies, and it actually worked a lot. So
fast for this.
Sometimes you just want that extra
3-person stack here though. They had Cruz go down to. Pretty sure he's been hard.
They just want to run in. Are they going to check for Cruz? They do, and Suggest gets the kill on the drop. And now we have Soldum already on the close angle by Switch. He's going to just survive right through the wall
shot the recon during all of this as well. This is nice. I actually think they went fast with the recon that happened over towards the beginning of the round. Some low HPs. This is the big swing round. DFM looking good if they can take this. Nice double setup as well. They still have hold of B main. Yeah, Talon need to consider just trying to get some damage done here.
Not much you can do here.
Yeah, you gotta save.
Garnets can kind of. There's multiple ways to approach this. He could do a bit of damage, but he could also just use his knife for the next round and double drop, so it's not too bad. This is the most perfect round DFM could have won though. 3,000 on top of all of this. That's great. Everyone stays alive. We got 2 armor rebuys. Obviously, there's a lot of util because they kind of used all of it.
Good hit here from DFM, despite the Hunter's Fury maybe being
feels like a Talon timeout might be coming in here because there's a lot of options they could do with this round in terms of the knights. I don't know how much Garnet wants to get his op out as well. Again, I don't know how much of a big win condition it is for them. But I feel like there's so much they can talk about, especially with how close they are and with some ults, that this is a good timeout. There's loads and loads of plans that could be made here.
Well, Hunter's Fury counters lockdown, but we also just need a round. So let's take the initiative. Let's take the space where we can deal with the lockdown afterwards. It is successful this time, and because they don't go out on the hunt, they actually do not give that extra ult point over to Jitboys. He is still 1 point away from his lockdown as we see this timeout coming in from Talon.
Yeah, that's true. Now, I'm curious now if Talon will try to go for a Hunter's Fury trap play of their own. They've got that one online for themselves. Maybe they'll try to set up one of those angles where you
it is Bacam.
The Sova in mid, and he's just able to kind of turret through the middle part of the map.
They put him in the... I'm not sure if he's head coach now, but they've at least put him in here for the timeouts.
Yeah, I think here for Talon, it just needs to be a little bit more sturdy.
I'm not sure what the actual status is, but... Yeah, in terms of this, looking like they're throwing the guns over, knives coming in, he's got the backup shorty, and then there's 2 people with, I think it was sheriffs that I saw, so the low buy is alright, they can do some damage. They do have ults into it if they want to, but we'll see. Looks like we got some kind of plan though. It's, is this going to be the old, it's going to be the Brazilian Liquid squad, right? Recon goes here, Omen Flash goes here, they jet dash over towards it, it's a classic. It's an absolute classic. Let's see. Omen flash, jet dash top middle. Kind of. We didn't push. We didn't actually jet dash. Wow, that's nice though. They actually do it with numbers. I kind of liked it. The Omen flash instant with the recon behind so that no one can shoot the recon was really cool. Kind of get them locked in here. What a perfect decision. What a perfect round call. I loved it. It was a bit like, it's the same premise of the Liquid Brazil squad, but it was done a little bit differently. The Omen flash was instant. The recon was so high that all Omen flash did, it literally hits everyone. But they can't see the recon, it all scans, and then they don't hear the person just sending it up short.
You can just fly in here. Great recon dart to set this up. Gets a ton.
Yeah, so the first news they get of this guy being short is once the alarm bot goes off, because they've just all recovered from the Omen flash. It was a really cool round. It was a great decision.
Was able to find that Phantom and finish the job there. And now things get very, very scary for DFM because
yeah, it's an old school strat these days.
Very, very poor.
A few teams do it. It's a different execution. I kind of liked it, to be honest.
As well, and with the Huntress Fury and the lockdown, Talon happy to retake both sites. They do not want to risk giving
perfect round with them all being there as well. I mean, that couldn't have been called a nice shot. Couldn't have been called at a better time. Oh my god, that was a good shot.
We should mention, against Takage, no smokes to work with. And even the two Cloudbursts, one of them now gone. A DFM, they have to pick up the tempo. They cannot try to be elusive anymore here.
Oh man, they lose their smoker.
And still a Hunter's Fury and a lockdown and Patty Pan's ult, which is
how the hell do they win this one?
Who knew? But that alarm bot gives him info. It doesn't matter.
I mean, that helps.
Him through the smoke.
Well, an absolutely excellent catch, and now the op not getting the first kill.
So overall,
Hunter's Fury just trying to delay detonation focus me, but they will. Okay, one of them eventually goes down, but
I mean, look at the lines. Like, it's a good place to ult from.
Meanwhile, they don't have to go in just yet. They've equalized numbers, but only 30 seconds on the clock. Soldown thinks it's going to be a
missed twice on this one.
He cannot find it.
Damn, that Sova ult from over towards short really changed everything. This is nice though. They found the gap over towards A. I don't think they realized just how much they've owned it. They're going to have to check all of this. There should still be a guy here because obviously he ulted from over here. So they're going to think he's over towards A main most likely once they clear sight. And honestly, he's going to be eventually.
Fall back, and yeah, they're able to stabilize enough to get a numbers advantage. Good shots from Garnets with this op, but he is at 22 HP. I was worried Soldown was going to spray that box and take him down, dude. I was sitting there like, oh my gosh, that's squeaky bum time for sure right there.
Yeah, and not picking up a weapon either, as he wanted to stay grouped and come in through mid. So Garnets still with just the operator,
double shock.
Anthem has been spotted. Oh, but it's going to be Reyna. He cannot swing around. He had the right idea to try to catch.
Nice reposition.
Jipboy's just going to stick this
because nice shots
has his back.
Okay, 4 chances on this.
Map point round coming
and
in for Talon.
Yeah, that's, I mean, honestly, Foxes deserves a big shout out. Got the important kill. Also, this Sova ult over towards here once they were splitting through short was everything. Obviously, the pick from middle made this a little bit easier as well. I say a little bit easier. They had no smokes for the site here. It's a nightmare.
This is it. This is one round that they have to win. Their economy's a little wonky, so a timeout 100% warranted here, because it's either win this round or go home, or win 4 rounds in a row to force OT.
Big timeout. This is their year. This is their year, and then honestly, maybe some changes into the team as well. So there's pressure on this.
On the right side, and you can see he just has so much to consider, so much on the line as well. I mean, you have to imagine for both teams, you prepare so much, right? You put together this roster, you come in, lock in. It was kind of good for Talon, but not hot for DFM. You say, okay, we have time here for VCT Pacific. You land in Seoul, you cannot find a single match win. And then you have 2 months break, by the way, for these two teams, because they didn't play in the playoffs at all. So 2 months to try to
into this round that is potentially their last. They got double stinger. It's not great. I think they had an Omen ult here. What else did they have?
You can't just come in with an
and Jet
version.
Knives.
You have to come in with an absolute remake of yourselves.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is just a slightly better DFM. I had some hope based on what I was hearing that they improved a lot since the regular season of VCT Pacific. But here for the VCT Pacific LCQ, you know, it is slightly better, but the overall sense of this team, the overall communication, and sort of reaction to things isn't great. Now Garnett's is so fast.
Wow.
Garnett's even suspecting the blades are updraft as well.
Damn, okay, this is looking done. That was the big kill. The trade was almost there. They decided to go fast middle. That shot from Garnett was crazy. This flash is nice. Trades are in, but damn, just gotta win this 1v3. If he gets a,
now the last remaining member, he does not know where PattyFan went to.
he gets ult with this, so maybe he has a lot of HP still. This is actually doable, very doable.
Does have a Phantom, does have a lockdown. The options are there for Reyta. A minute on the clock.
Yeah, I expected him to maybe try to swing all the way back, but he has no idea if anybody's in Gelato. He has no idea, you know, what's going on.
Oh man, when Garnett's picked up the op, by the way, he was hitting some shots. Okay, nicely done. I feel a little bit sad for DFM because honestly I did see some improvements from them. They got a little bit lucky in terms of if I just look at the pistol, but there were some big pivotal rounds that they lost as well in some of these maps that cost them a little bit. Talon looking good as well. Looks like they got some set roles now. I'm not sure how I feel about them, but Patty played very well. Garnett's looked really good once he had the op out. Excited to see them on some other maps for sure.